G'day, Rodger here. Compiling together all the Star Wars reviews. Starting at number 9, right at the bottom. Don't even bother with Attack of the Clones. It's not a bad movie. Don't get me wrong. It's a little disappointing inside the saga. It's kind of feels like it's just another Star Wars movie, which it is, but getting what you read on the tin, that's good and all, but that's why it's at the bottom of the list. There are some good scenes in there, some good stuff in there. Don't get me wrong. We get the Java Juice scene, which was for me that was really immersive. I believed everything that was going on in there. Dexter, I'm like, yep, that's his job. That's cool. They know each other. They go way back. It's just one of those scenes that's just 100% believable. And we get to see Yoda fight, which is cool. Is the progress of Anakin and Padme in their relationship. But there's no massive space battle. They fly around a little bit and shooting that, and it's good. There's Count Dooku between Anakin and Obi-Wan, and then Yoda takes over, obviously. But it was also bad pacing too. It's fast and then slow, and then fast and then slow. It's like a really awkward table tennis game. Which was it's like car taking off in the middle of your video awkward. That's so it's good. It's just kind of there, It's not intense. It's not epic. It's missing a couple of the tropes. And there was some clunky stuff in there too. The best example of this is the Camino sequence where they're going. Obi-Wan and goes to the cloners. It's everyone's pretending that they know what's going on, but no one actually does. It's what? It's more confusing than Boss Baby. Let's put it that way. If we were going to get another spin-off, another off-season movie, we had Rogue One and Solo. Honestly, because Yoda goes back there to check on the things, check on the clones. And come on, that's gotta be 5 minutes of comedy gold right there. So a little green dude bopping around whoa. Grown clones have you? And you get this skinny long ass neck guy going he's got to bow down to talk to him. He has just so little authority. I guess he's a Jedi, they get hired by Jedi, so I don't know how they paid for it. Anyway, it's not super duper awesome. It doesn't make 1000% sense. It's a good movie, but it's definitely the worst in terms of the Star Wars saga. Next, scraping just above that, is The Empire Strikes Back. not. It's not a bad movie necessarily. It's quite interesting, but a bit dull considering the context. Now, the reason I put it above Attack of the Clones is because it does a second thing. Attack of the Clones is more or less a segue between Episode 1 and Episode 3. Whereas Empire Strikes Back, it deals with destiny. You've got, Solo has to pay back Jabba the Hutt. Luke's going to the Dagobah system, and then he gets these visions of the future, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go save my friends." And then Yoda and Ben are like, "Nah, don't do that, because you gotta take down the Empire." So he's got to deal with that kind of destiny thing, and so it's just that little bit better. Now at number 7, or should I say 1? No, I should say 7. It's The Phantom Menace. So it's, I know I'm not going to have to fight anyone to say that it's not the best Star Wars episode. So it's just a question of like, it sets up the whole saga. Why isn't it at the top? Or like, why is it not at the bottom? So everyone has like emotional. The reason I haven't put it at the very bottom is it has a lot of the Star Wars tropes in it, more so than Attack of the Clones, and it has it's just generally more interesting than Empire Strikes Back. Having said that, it's pretty low on the list, because there's a few bits in there that are like, for example, the sloppy line of dialogue right before the pod race. So Qui-Gon Jinn is helping Anakin into the pod racer. Sure. And Anakin's response to that is, "Whoa!" Like, not like, thanks. Not like, "Oh, okay, this is happening, I guess." Whoa! He's getting lifted into the air, Obviously, number 6 is going to be The Last Jedi. It's not without its problems. Spoiler alert, it's the... one of the teams loses all their leaders. Like, most of them are killed, and then one of them is in a coma. And then someone comes along and says, "Oh, yeah, it's obvious who should take command." No, it fucking isn't. Are you serious? You lost all your leaders. Like, you should be spending like all your time rebelling against the First Order. Like, you shouldn't have time for like this, like, final designated survivor bullshit. Like, nah. That, just an example of one of its little flaws. But it's good, and there are lots of there are lots of moments where it's like it makes the right decision, it's kind of like obvious what should happen, and they don't make the audience feel stupid or anything. They do the obvious choice, and the film's obvious outcome happens. I hope you're on the edge of your seat so that you fall forward, and we finally get it on camera for me. But no, we got A New Hope. It's a classic. It's the original.
it basically sets the bar for all the other episodes. So I think we could all agree that it'd be something would go on amiss if it wasn't smack bang in the middle.
And at number 4 is The Force Awakens. It's not without its problems. Yeah, how does Rey know how to do all that mechanical stuff? I don't think it ever gets resolved in the whole saga. But the reason it's up here is so high on the list. It's boom boom boom. It's one thing to the next. It's almost perfect in terms of pacing. All right, now for the good ones. Number 3, Revenge of the Sith. It's this is a really good movie. It's fantastic. I love it. It's super duper good because it does something that should be impossible. It's a period piece that's entertaining. And of course, number 2, Return of the Jedi. Now, in case you missed last week's video, it's very good. And there's a trash spot in there, which was hard. It wasn't the trash bot alone that made it hard. I just mentioned that the trash bot was in there because I was stalling for time because I've watched so many good movies that it's hard to place them all. It's not the easiest thing in the world. It comes very It comes very close to Revenge of the Sith. It's not quite close enough. And obviously one is superior to the other. In this case, the Return of the Jedi takes the cake because fuck it. Excuse me. How's that? Return of the Jedi takes the cake in this case. Just because. So, Anakin Skywalker, who's now Darth Vader, we all get it. He finally did the one thing that he's been trying to do for 6 movies, or 30 years. How old is Darth Vader? It's not very clear. My guess puts him at about 45. Maybe 43 is 45 is a nice round number. Not as round as 50 or 40, but I'd say 43. Yeah, it's about 43. And he finally does the one thing that he's been trying to do for his whole life, which was save someone else's life. So that's, it's conclusive and it's satisfying. And lucky last, that just leaves us with number 1, which is Rise of Skywalker. And it's really good. It is so good. There's comedy, action, sci-fi. There's probably that noise in there. just so stoked about how good this one is. So I know when I first reviewed it, I said it was missing some of the tropes, Star Wars tropes. I didn't catch the 1138 in there, but my main problem was the transitions, and it was none. It's got like 3 or 4 of them in there. I just realized I just watched it. Well, not now. Now I've been doing this, but I watched it quite recently. About 2 hours ago, actually. Yeah, it's got transitions in there. Don't worry about it. Don't sweat it. Millennium Falcon lightsaber battles, space battles. I forget the other, the scroll. There might be 1 or 2 more. I don't think so though. It's got all them in there too. It's really good, and I know it's the last of a trilogy and it's the last of the saga, and that's satisfying. It is. That's good. Those are all good things. The reason for me, it doesn't waste any time. It goes from this thing and then that, but this thing is happening and we have to save. It's just like one thing after the next, and that's like, for me, that's like a prerequisite for a good film. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be fast paced, but there's no can't waste any time. But also it hit me in the feels. That's why all the reasons I put this in order. I'm gonna give you like 20 seconds of silence so you can read it all in case you forgot.